Okay, and this time I should have sound if someone's watching this at any point. Well, let me know if you can hear me. Oh yeah, and I gotta. There we go. Yeah, so that's what we're doing. On the left again. Oh, there we go. So that's what's gonna be happening. And yeah, I have these little boards still. A few of them. So just gonna, I've been scrounging. I'm running out of components, but I noticed I can do some substitutes here. Oh, do I have to actually? Yeah, I'm gonna be substituting, but for instance, these are something new I'm be using instead of the usual sockets. I have to go with those. So that's what's gonna be happening. I'm gonna be building that one. And first of all, of course, I'm gonna cut the board size. If I have any extra here, I'm gonna take care of it. So this board is 11 by 9, as we can see by the layout. So I have it 11 by 9. So 11, as we can see, this way, and 9. So 1, 2, 8, 9. We have one row extra. So I'm gonna cut the lower one off, and first of all I've gotta be watch. Oh yeah, here we go. My tools. I'm gonna have to get another one. I usually have pens with me. Next time I'll set up a bit more light for myself. So we had 11 by 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have one row extra. I'm gonna cut that off. And this is how we start the Vero bit. And I'm just gonna actually check if I have sound. So I'm gonna take out my phone and watch my own channel. I mean, that's pretty, but yeah, let's hear. Do we have sound? I should. The sound should be working. No? Oh, let me check again. There we go. Sound should be working now, I hope. So I'm gonna just confirm that. Haha. There we go. Sound should be working now, I hope. Almost effed it up again. So yeah, what we're doing, I'm gonna just say that again. On the left, our layout. And yeah, I'm gonna cut the boards to size. I'm been scrounging on parts. I'm running out of some components, so I gotta substitute stuff, but it shouldn't be making that much of a difference. to the build. And I can, of course, if I would like to box this up later at a later time, I can order the appropriate parts and then swap them later. And we had 11 this way, so I have to get the picture up again on my screen. There we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have one extra. Now I'm gonna, if I wanna cut that off, I probably do. Just gonna make sure. And it's always good to like double check, triple, 10, 11. So that's our cut. Triple double check, because it's really annoying to, you know, cut your board to the wrong size, especially if you're running out of them too, like I am. So that's why I'm doing these small builds for now. I am placing an order to this shop called Tone in Helsinki, so I'll be doing that at some point. And yeah, this microphone is probably picking up some noise from the fan, so sorry about that. Nothing I can do now or want to. But yeah, then we have cuts, and we have 5. And again, the components will go in this side. So that cut in the row A on what 8 hole is actually, yeah, we gotta mirror this. So when we're looking at this like that, we have to keep in mind that that's actually the 8 hole, and then when it doesn't change place miraculously, so it's not, the 8 isn't here, it's 1, 2, 3 from there. So we have 3 holes. You know, the empty cut will go there, so I mark it like that. Okay, and then we have one on the 3rd row, row C, and it's the 4th, so we have 3 holes, and then we have our cut, and then we have one on row D, and that goes there like that, and then we have 2 rows between, and then one there, and lastly one over there. 5 cuts. That's pretty simple. Again, a good phase to double check if you want. Now I gotta find my tools again. So where have I put it? This sometimes happens. Oh, right in front of me. So I do the cuts with a drill bit, a really good method, instead of so this is the easiest way to go. Just nice sharp drill bit will do it very quickly. Nicely. And then you have a working cut. And that's been my method, actually always. I had this is my old miniature tool when I built miniatures and started pinning and making everything
weapons and all that on my Warhammer miniatures exchangeable, so we had to drill magnets onto the miniatures. So there we go, the board is ready for I'm gonna start adding the components, and I'll be keeping the desk clean while we do it. I usually put the boards on something like this, and I think I'll do it now also. So but it might get crowded, so I'll check. Probably will have to get it to my crappy helping hand later. All right. Actually, no. There we go. Okay, I can't do better than that for now, so, and that is the wrong way around. I want it this way around. There we go, now it looks like it's properly in there. Alright, so the first thing I do, I'm gonna make the links, and I just use a bare copper wire like this. Does the trick, like I've explained before. Really a cheap method to do this. And while I'm doing it, I'm gonna put my soldering iron on already. Get my fume extractor ready also, and then I'll just start doing this. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have our link going in there, and that's horrible, so I'll show you how I make those clean. There we go, and then we have this link here, and it goes like that, it seems. Okay. There we go. So what do I do with these? I just press them down on something. Bend the legs, of course. And then I even do this to get them sit nicely. And then it's good time to check the cuts, and yes, they are where they should be. So those are ready for soldering. I'll be using my Kaina again. This has been a good brand of soldier. So, and then I'll put the sockets in as well. And as we can see, this is a really low part count pedal, so most of the work will be putting the pots in here. So, and I'm gonna see if I can get it right, but somebody suggested adding a pot instead of the switch, and 100 kb, so I think I'll try that. I'm not sure how that works. I actually haven't done that before, so
if I can't get it working, I do have a, well, like I said, I have to scrunch for parts, so this is a single pole. This is not a single pole, single turn. This is actually a double pole. 2 rows of poles. 1, 2, 3, I think 4, 5, 6. Or 4, 5, 6. I can't remember, I should check. But yeah, I'll then have to deal with this. So, substitute. And yeah, I could probably add diode as well. Already. And yeah, I'm actually, I have to say again that I do take free tone models out of these pedals when I get around to it, and I do have the one from last time, which was the Roger Mayer Axis fuzz, and yeah, I did check how much, and those are some of those prices. Oh, just like you can get them used, but oh man, why were they so expensive? I don't know. So it's really a fun thing to, you know, build your own. Be like, yeah, here we go. Okay, I'm gonna put the camera a bit closer. There we go. And yeah, it's really bright, so let's see if I can. Well, at least that should be clearly viewable. So I'm gonna solder in the links first. And yeah, like I said, this is, I don't feel that this is the optimal thing to have the board on when I'm doing this small of a board. So I do want to get myself one of these quad helping hands from the Arduino shop, but yeah, anyway, so speaking of the tone models, you can grab them if you use Tonex, the IK multimedia software for guitar and bass also. Okay, that's a link between those, so I gotta get rid of that. There we go. A bit too much solder in between. Okay. And if you do and you wanna support me in making more, you can go and check all the links I have in the description on my YouTube page or whatever. Alright, so there we are, we're done with that, and next thing I usually do is, or actually always do, is the small caps, picofarads 220. I hope I have those. 100, 270, 220. There we go. Good. Good. And yeah, as we can see, the links are like really nicely in there, you know, flush with the board. That's how it should look like.
if it focused. There we go. So that's clean. That's how you want it to be. Alright. So, but let's add the 220 picofarad caps. And I just got a message. Check that. Alright, and the first one's going from there to there. Between those, yep, okay. And then we have one just next to the link going from there to there. So there we go. Those are in place. And all in all, I should be able to do this whole thing in like an hour and a half probably. So this won't be a long stream. I have Studio One already up with amplitube. So I have my test set up ready to go as well. There we go, and those are there nicely. Chun, chun, chun. Okay, and then we'll get to the next parts. So the next stuff in order, and that's the resistors. And like I said in the last stream, where I didn't have my voice sounds on, I have everything labeled, organized, and I always start with the resistors that start with 1. So that's there. Then we have 1 mega. I'll get all the resistors since there's just 4 in there and solder them before we get to the capacitors. Alright, so the 1 mega goes here. Oh, actually. Oh, and honestly, I gotta take that out. I messed up. Yeah, so this leg should be one going there, and fortunately that was not a big mistake, but the gap between the legs is not big, so I gotta get something between there and just make it a little bit bigger. So let's try this to make sure that it's not shorting out at any point. That should do. I'll take that. And then we have, and it's good to, like I said, double checking. Not a bad idea. And sometimes you almost fuck up. And that happens, but it's nice to notice at this point, not later, when everything else is hooked up as well. And I said a bad word again, so this is not made for kids. Well, unless you're a kid above a certain age. There we go. That should do it. I hope there was a wise viewer here that could help me to figure out how the pot works as a switch, but there's not. So what can you do? I have to figure it out all by myself. Yeah, that's a new thing for me, actually, and I've been building these for a while. Oh, it's probably not new, but in a way it is. Okay, so that looks. Let me adjust my camera. There we go. So yeah, that's looking good. And then next, what we have are the ones that start with 3. So 30K, 30K, and then 330 ohms, which goes from there to there. Yep. That's in there. Oh, there we go. And then we have the 30K. And yeah, doing the pots is actually, I think, more time consuming than this. Putting the components, depending on how many components you have, but of course when we have this much, getting the pots is done is more time consuming. There we go. Nice. That should do it. Oh, no, I'm gonna check something. There we go. All right, and then we have our resistors in there, and then we have to just get the capacitors on there. We don't have many, so we'll start with the 15 NF. That goes in here. Pew. There we go, and then we have 100, and I use the greenies. Yeah, they are big and cheap, so that's the thing. Yeah, and this one seems to go here, and I'll probably need to use the glue tack to keep it in place. That was a salvage one from some build that either didn't work or, you know, I just didn't like that much. So it has short legs. There we go. There we go. There we go. And oh, no, come on. There we go. That's good. Oh, the microphone might be actually picking up my fume extractor hum. Thinking about setting up a noise gate at some point, maybe for the next time. And yeah, I do this on Twitch also, and maybe I'll do it there the next time. You can of course check my Twitch site as well. I need to update the details on these streaming videos, so in case I do it there, people can be informed. Alright, and then the polarized electrolytic capacitors. So that's the minus side, and it goes that way around there. So the gray area is the plus, and then the green is the minus on the layout. There we go, 2.2. Then we have 20 and 100. So let me see. Oh, what, 20? 22, yeah, that's what I thought, because I don't have 20s. And I usually have everything. Well, except now I'm running, like I said, out of potentiometers. Lots of other things. Getting back to this thing again. There we go, that goes in there. And then we have, well, I have to socket the transistors at some point, but then we have everything that goes in the board already and ready set to go. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. All right. Those are pretty close. Not touching though. Yeah, I need a bit more light on my desk here. So this is gonna look really bright at some point. There we go. So let's take a little look. That's how it looks like. Those are some nice solar joints. That's how you want them to be. And then just in case, there we go. And clean some of these up just a little bit more. And now we are ready to put this aside and start. Well, I'm gonna clean up a little bit first. So it's good to keep your Oh, come on. Focus. Camera. Come on. Why does it have such a hard time? I don't know. Well, we'll be starting with I'm gonna mess with the, but yeah, I'm gonna start with the 10 geometers soon, but I gotta check the focus issue. Oh, there we go, it fixed itself. Alright, so a lot of hookup wire. There we go. And I just got myself a new tool actually. These cable strippers that make an annoying noise. So I be using these ones. I'm gonna be using stranded hookup wire for this. And let me see. So I'm always color coding. So this is gonna be the input, green one. Let me see these. So if I put it there, oh nice, there we go. Yeah, I don't care how bad that sounds, but I think I'm gonna be using these, and that probably, yeah, I don't need to grip it so hard. There we go. But yeah, these are going in the trash now. Keep your desk clean, makes everything more easier. Alright, and then we'll have blue for the output, we have red for the 9 volts, and then we have black for the ground. So let's do those. Actually volume 2 is going to the output, so there we go, those are done. So I'm gonna take a little bit longer. There we go, I think that should probably do it. And then I'm gonna be using these. Nice, let's see. There we go. Oh, that's too little, there we go. Too. Oh, that thing got there in between. Yeah, that's too much. All right. Yeah. So this is the boring parts of metal building, stripping wire, and then pre-tinning it, and yeah, these work well. All right, so pre-tinning, what it means is, it means this. I think I'll have to peel a little bit more off there. There we go. That's much better. Okay, pre-tinning. You get your hookup wire, put it in whatever helping hand you have, and then you get it soldered like that. Oh no, loose strand. There we go. That should do it. And oh, actually a couple of loose strands. That went horribly wrong. What the hell happened there? There we go. Okay, so let's actually get this in already. So that one goes there. Cannot get it there, it's tight, but yeah, because of those loose strands, but cannot get it there. There we go, I'll do it. And then the ground one. Okay, I'll solder them on there already, like that. There we go. Let's put the input, and that's on there. No, gotta do that. There we go, that should do it. Yep. Good, good, good. So that's there. Okay, and those are done. So now let's get to the pots. Let's put the fuzz first, and it's this one, and you can see I've used this before, so I'm gonna get rid of those before we get to adding the hookup wires. Pull it off like that. There we go. And then the other one. There we go. And then I gotta do a little bit of this to make things easier for myself. Yeah, this is a handy tool. Quite necessary sometimes. I don't know what's up with the camera again. Why can't it? There we go. Focus. There we go. Okay, so we have our fuzz, and that was that. So we're gonna have fuzz 1, 2, 3. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these 3 wires, and let's get these side by side, and then I'll just make a cut like that. Take my strippers. There we go. Breathe in, of course.
gonna do all these wires before I start hooking them up to the pots. There we go. So that's for the fuzz. Then we have bias 1 and 2. So what that means is 1 and 2 are together and 3. So we'll just need 2 of these wires, and then we'll have a link between the lugs 1 and 2 of the bias. Potentiometer. Here we go. And then we have volume 1, 2, and 3 was going to the output. So that means when I hook it up to my test box, that's gonna be our output. Alright. So these are for the volume. There we go. I like these so much already. I'm not regretting that buy. Oh yeah, and in the future I did set up the I have a couple of sites, and now I have the might buy me a coffee. You don't have to, but yeah, I set this site up, and I noticed you can sell, well, digital products as well as physical goods. So sometimes these builds I end up making myself an actual circuit board, or what are those called, and the minimum order number is 5. So I do end up with some extra ones, so you can always check if I'll have them on sale on some of those places. I'll probably try to at some point. And the thing is, I like to tweak and modify some of these, so then it's something a bit more than your like stock. Let's say a tube screamer. I think I made one for myself that has like 3 switches, 2-3 switches, so you can change the sound. And yeah, the components for making a pedal are, so this first 1, 2, 3, when we turn it like this, 1, 2, 3. But yeah, the components for making your own pedals are extremely cheap, I'd say, and a fabricated board makes things so much more, well, reliable is the main benefit I get out of getting a board manufactured. And that is one of the main reasons. Yes, instead of this I can have pots that go straight onto the board, and then when I box it up, it's gonna be so much more, you know, reliable. You don't have to worry about something like this just, you know, shaking around the box or whatever. And yeah, that's really that's why I like to make myself boards of certain pedals that I really like. Not that I ever use them, but I just like them. No, I'm kidding. I do. No, I did a poor job with pre-thinning this one. So. Well, how could I? Totally unacceptable. There we go, get it. Nice. And then fuzz 3 above the input. There we go. Beep beep. Let's get this pot in here already. There we go. There we go. There we go. But all right. Oh, and yeah, the transistors. So I'm gonna swap those out as well. I'm gonna go, and I always, before I test, turn every pot down and expect that the layout doesn't have any mistakes on it, because yeah, otherwise you're gonna be like just blasting full. Oh hey, and here's the bias pot. So 1 and 2, that's gonna be linked. So what I do for links is I use the same stuff I use for the links in the board, and that is the copper wire. Beep. So 1 and 2 are going in together. So then I'll just do this. There we go. And now I'm gonna hook up the wire into lock 1, and this one will go to lock 3. There we go. So that's what you do when you see that on a layout. Or that's my preferred method anyways. So there we go. There we go. So that's our bias. Then let's take the volume. So and that this one has the output as well, and output was lock 2, and then we have 1 and 3.
almost finished. Go. Check one thing. Alright, it's been almost an hour, so I'm behind. Oh, that's not good. Not soldered. And also that's a loose connection. No? Come on. It should be good now. Turn it up. There we go. And then we have the switch. So I'm gonna just assume that 1 and 2 is what we're gonna do. And oh, I gotta. Well, now I'm gonna just do this. Just poke it through. And then there we go. Clean. Yeah. Okay. And then we have our bias 1 and 2. So that was this pot, bias 1 and 2, there we go, and bias 3, there. Good. Then we have our switch 1 and 2, and that's going from there and there. Yeah. Good, good, good. Then our volume 1 and volume 3. There we go. All the components are soldered, and we should be ready for testing. So I'm gonna take my soldering iron off the wall, let it cool down. We're gonna put some BC 549s in there at first, and then I did read some people liked BC 108s, so I have those, but I don't have the BC 183, so yeah, we're not gonna be able to do those. And then let's get to it. So, gonna put these in, and I'm not sure if how these will work. I hope they do. I've never used these sockets before in my builds because they seem to be working fine. There we go. I hope that doesn't. And then we have our test box. And we hook battery up to it like that. As we can see, we have power. Let's take it off for a while. So output goes there. Then my ground, my power, and my input. There we go. Ready for testing. And now I'm just gonna hook up my guitar. There. And I'm gonna put okay, seems like we're getting signal. So then let's plug the guitar in. Turn up the volume. And see if we have a clean signal. But yeah, a fuzz is a fuzz. Some fuzzes do like cool things, but yeah, there's just, you know, yeah, like I said, get one, be happy with it, and maybe one like really like over the top one for something cool. And then of course sometimes, or do you have your fuzzes with the octave, you know, effect, or something like that. So those are actually a good addition to something like this. But yeah, the part count, very small pots. So this whole thing costs probably around, with all these, 3 to 4 euros to make. And then if you box it up, you can box it up to something like this. Then you need your jacks,
the stomp switch, you know, DC jack. If you'd like, you could try and fit a battery in enclosure like that, but I don't. I just, you know, I use you know, power plants, or and I use these Harley Benton ones. Cheap, effective, really nice. Can't complain. So yeah, in the end, I use something like that, so I don't have the option of battery on my pedals. But in the end, you'll end up paying, what would I say, around probably like 20 euros for everything. And yeah, and then you can just label it up, the box up, if you want. I sometimes did this, so volume, blah blah blah, and yeah. Or then that's the thing you can, you know, get really into making the graphics, and it's a whole thing of its own, and it can be fun. But yeah, I just leave these pretty bare nowadays. Well, this is actually, you know, painted, but in the end, yeah, really simple, just some spray paint and ink. So nothing too fancy. You can etch. I sometimes fabricate those circuit boards, and use them. What else? Yeah, you can hand paint whatever, water decals. Then this is a good thing, like Dymo. So these sticker strips, those are pretty good. But here we have another finished build, work up straight from the get-go, and as we can see, we can easily swap the transistors, no problem with that. And yeah, I'll be making another one probably when I get parts, and it could be another fuzz again. I had this one way huge red llama in mind, but I was missing chip, so I was like, but that's one thing I'll probably order. So I'll be making another one of these, maybe on YouTube, maybe on Twitch. Well, who knows? Yeah, I'm off. Have fun. And this was it for this time. Next time, something else. And yeah, really glad. As you can see, not too. When you can solder, this is like, get good at this, and things will get easy, and you can just build pedals. Have fun. All right, I'm off. Bye.